Okay, this is question 3.1 and 3.2 of the tutorial assignment. And here, let's just do it. It says solve for x. X times 10x minus 7 equals 12. Well, the first thing is you multiply it out. You get 10x squared minus 7x. And then you subtract 12 from both sides so you can put it in standard form. Now, you put down two brackets to factor. Now, the key thing with this type of factoring is you've got to be able to, you have to realize that the two numbers that you put on the end have to multiply to equal the number on the end here, the constant. And the first two numbers the first two things have to multiply to equal this 10x squared. Well, the most likely thing for 10 is to put 5x and 2x. And then you're looking at combinations like 2 times 6, 3 times 4. And what you have to do is you have to just try different things. It's got to be a positive and a negative. Now, I chose plus 4 and minus 3. And you just try different combinations and do FOIL on it. Like, let's see if this works. 5x times 2x is 10x squared. 5x times minus 3 is minus 15x. Now 4 times 2x is plus 8x, and that minus 15x plus 8x, that gives me the minus 7x. And the 4 times minus 3 equals minus 12. You do FOIL on it to check to see you've got the right thing. You just try different combinations knowing that the last two have to multiply to equal negative 12, and the first two have to multiply to equal 10x squared. You use all the factors of 12 to make that happen. Or you think of the factors of 12 to make that happen. Now 4 over 5 and the opposite sign is one of the things that makes this 0. And 3 over 2 in the opposite sign. So it's negative 4 over 5 or 3 over 2. Now this exponential equation, it's 3 times 2 to some power equals 48. Well, you'd like that multiplying 3 to go away and just be left with 2 to the x minus 1. So what you do is you divide both sides by 3 and you get 48 divided by 3 is 16. And 3 divided by 3 cancels and gives you 1. But 16 is a power of 2, so that's the whole idea with exponential equations. Make the power on the bottom the same. If the powers on the bottom are the same, they can only be true is if the top exponents if the bases are the same too. It could only be true if the exponents are the same. So x minus 1 has to equal 4. Add 1 to both sides. You can see x equals 5. Let's try this question. It says, solve and illustrate on a number line this 1/2 times 3x minus 2 is less than or equal to 8x plus 2. Well, fractions are a bit of a problem. And if you have a 1 over 2 here, if you multiply by whatever the denominator is, 2, both sides by 2, 1/2 times 2 is just 1. That makes the half go away. But I have to, whatever I do to one side, I must do the same to the other. 8 times 2x is 16x. 2 times 2 is 4. Now I subtract 16x from 3 minus 16. I get minus 13x. 16x minus 16x is 0. Add 2 to minus 2, you get 0. 4 plus 2 is 6. Then divide by negative 13. But if you divide by negative 13, you've got to remember to change the direction of the inequality. So your answer is x is greater than or equal to minus 6 over 13. How do we put that in a number line? We just make a point right at minus 6 and 13. It's everything bigger than it. So there would be 0 and then off to infinity this way. You fill it in solid because it's equal to. So that's how you illustrate it on a number line. And there's 3.1 and 3.2.